Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm going to make the second part of my review about the World Racers set called Desert of Destruction. So remember it looks like that. So yesterday, remember, I have reviewed these two vehicles plus this little part, and of course today I'm going to review the second big part, well, the real big part of the set, the truck itself, that you can see here, or you can also see there. You can see in a larger scale. So I'm going to review that today, and well, let's not waste any time. Let's begin right now. So first the minifigs, because yes, like I said, there was like 8 minifigs in this set. Yesterday I reviewed 5 of them, so the pilot and the referee. But today I'm going to review, of course, the the engineers and stuff like that, who works inside the truck. So here's one of the 3 lookalikes, as you can see, some nice clothes with some stains and back printing, on his back, obviously. And quite nice. And in fact, all of these guys got the same clothes, so this means they all got, as you can see, the same thing. The only difference, of course, except for their head, is that this one got 2 faces. As you can see, it's got the front one and also the back one. So it's quite nice, except that because he wears a cap, you can clearly see, well, the second face on the back. So, well, of course, the double-sided face are really great when you put some long hair or some helmets on it, but when you just put a cap and you see the other part, it doesn't feel that great, I have to admit. But still, you got 3 engineers, mechanics, with some nice clothes, and both of these clothes, well, each of these clothes are front and back printed, so well, still really nice minifigs. That said, let's move on to the truck. So as you can see, the frame of the truck is once again made with some bricks with pinholes, so nothing really new right here. As you can see, we can clearly divide this truck in 2 parts, well, the front part and the rear part. So the rear part, really simple, got 2 long axles to link the rear wheels, of course, plus this part with some nice little parts, grids and stuff like that. But it's really useful just for this pinhole, as you can see, which will of course be useful to link the trailer. That said, let's move on to know the front part of the truck, because there is nothing really more to say about this rear part. You can clearly see how it looks like. So, as you can see, we're gonna really add a layer of bricks to make it bigger, as you can see, because if you look on the under it, you can clearly see all the layers which are put layers of bricks like that. So, well, you've got this part on the back, which is once again pretty well detailed. I'm not really sure what this part is supposed to be. I'm not really a truck fan, if I can say so. So I can't really say if it's something you see on every truck, but I think it is. Notice there's light gray parts on both sides, which will be useful to link some other parts that I actually forget to search the word for. Well, not really a problem. So yeah, just look at this part. And now I think we're going to talk about what is the cockpit of the vehicle, if I can say so. Well, as you can see, first, there is no seat. There is just this part used as seat, so that's quite a disappointment, because there is like 3 studs, so they could have put a real seat in there, but no, they choose not to. And well, apart also, the steering wheel, there is nothing more you can see in terms of details. There is not even a little lever or stuff like that, so it's quite there is not, well, a little lever to represent the gearbox or stuff like that, so it's quite a little disappointing. And apart from that, also you can notice that there is no real door. It's just some L-shaped brick, so you can't open the door. And as you will see right now, you can neither open the roof, because, well, first I'm going to put the glass, the windshield, and then, well, that's the roof. It can be open. The only thing you have to notice also is that this brick with the little part of plastic which pop out is quite useful, in fact, to just, well, put the roof like that, and so you can put it easily. The only problem is that sometimes when you put off the roof, the glass comes with, and well, that's a little problem. So well, the cockpit look quite nice, but could have been way better in terms of playability and functions. Notice this little black part. We come on it later on. And then let's move on to the front part of the truck. So like as you as you can see, there is no real motor inside or anything like that. It's just a layer of bricks, and then we're going to add some more parts here. So first, let's just complete this part, as you can see, which has got some curves right there. So it will be, of course, put over the wheels. So this part going to be linked like that. So once again, I'm going to repeat myself, but there is no sticker, there's no printed parts in this set. There is just stickers all over the place. So that's done. I'm going now to increase the front part of the truck. So first I'm going to link this part, which will come in handy later on. Right there. You can also notice that we got this type of bricks with some studs on the sides, going to be quite useful right now, because I'm going to put this part on the front, so some great parts really looking nice. It will be linked like that. Yeah. Then the same part, but with some lights on the side, and then I'm going to link this part on the front to cover the not with the exhaust, but the engine part, like that. And finally, I'm going to add some more details to make it look like there is an engine under this part. So we're putting this part right there. And then I'm going to cover all these parts thanks to some, well, slope curve bricks like this ones and this ones. And finally, you can see there's a little space. It's to put this engine part in there. And now we are nearly done, just 2 elements left. So first, I'm going to link this little parts. I don't have the correct word for that, but of course they are supposed to be the glass that allows you to see what's on the back of the truck, of course, so like in each vehicle. So they're made of 2 parts. The only problem, I think, is that they could have put a little transparent light blue or transparent clear part here to make it look like a real glass, because here it's just 2 bricks and that's also. You can still add some more details to this part. And now some big exhaust parts, well, with this big curved part, as you can see, and then you got an hinges right there, which will be quite useful to link this part on the light gray part I mentioned earlier. And well, because of the hinges, this means you can turn this part the way you want. So if you want to put them like that, you can, but you can also put them like that. And that's what I'm gonna do. And well, now we are nearly done, because I just have to link the wheels. So of course through all the axles. Oh, excuse me, I just have also totally forget about one part, so I'm going to link it just right now. Is of course the part to cover this this section of the vehicle, because as you can see, it's quite ugly, it's all dark gray and all, so we're going to need some parts like that, which is a big Technic brake, as you can see, nicely detailed. And there we go, excuse me for this little problem. So now, as you can see, it looks way better. So going to link this part. You can also notice there's still bricks used to add some more detail, like some suspension and stuff like that. And well, that's all. The truck is finished. Like that. And well, just a little comparison size first. Yeah, like that. No, well, that's all in fact, because this vehicle, like I said, do not really have any playability features apart the fact that of course it can roll, and well, you can turn this part the way you want, the same can be set for this part, but that's absolutely all. You, like I said, can't open, well, there is no open door, well, you can't open the door, you can't really open the front of the truck to unveil an engine or stuff like that. No, no, it's really simple. It's all about bricks, if I can say so. But still, it's got really a nice design, so quite nice looking. Yeah. And that said, let's move on to the trailer, or the truck, of course. So, I think it's going to be pretty quick. And here we go. So, as you can see, once again, the frame of the trailer is made with this bricks with pinholes, and of course we're going to use some plates to make the ground of the trailer. You can also notice one interesting fact is that there is two floors, if I can say so, for this trailer. One here, of course, and one there. The two are linked with some bricks and also are linked with this technique L-shaped part. You can see right there. This technique bricks. Technique part, which links the two together, which really helps to make it stronger in terms of construction. So you have to notice that. You can also notice the little engine, well, the little parts put here to add some more details, the sticker here. This part quite useful, of course, to link the trailer to the truck. And well, also you can notice finally the wheels here, which are linked. Excuse me, which are linked on this bricks with pinholes right there, which are linked here. And well, that said, let's move on maybe first to the first floor itself, so which can be divided in like 3 sections. So this one, and this one, pretty normal. So in fact, there is nothing really anything to add apart some elements to add some more details. So well, first this section. Well, we're going to put this element, so it's really simple in terms of construction, but it works just that great. Oh. Okay, totally failed, excuse me. So yeah, now what I want to say is that it used some slope and, as you can see, some slope and curved brick on the top part. Here it used a part with a pinhole, then we're going to link a system part. A little technique pin, and then we're going to link these studs, and finally add this curved part, and now we're going to have really a nice shape for the overall part. And of course, it's supposed to be some type of gas holder, well, so now you can fill up the gas in the buggy. Because like I said, I haven't mentioned that, but the trucks belong to the extreme team. In fact, it's not like it belongs to the two teams. No, it just belongs to one team, the extreme team, as you can see by its green and white color scheme. So really a nice little element. You can also notice that there is kind of a little hole between the two floors, and this is quite useful to put all the parts right there, or the rope, if I can say so, right there. And of course, it will be linked on these two yellow parts with one stud, so this means it can be put off or put on really easily, and adds, of course, to the overall playability. So really a nice little part. Then we're going to link to add a second element, which is the spare motor, because like I said, you can replace really easily the motor from the buggy. So here's the second one. This one is a little less bulky than the other one, because it used this type of part to make it to give it some nice shape, as you can see, plus the little gear here, which really looks great. So plus also some silver parts on the sides. So it's really a nice little motor. And if you want to see, well, here it's the buggy, the original motor, and well, here how it looks like with the second motor. And as you can see, it works pretty great and looks just fine. So really a well-designed motor, I have to say. So it's really great. And well, that's all. So now I'm going to well, link once again the motor on this part with one stud, like that. And finally, the third part, well, you got all the tools linked right here. You got some fire extinguisher right there, and also you got this white part, which is quite useful to hold the spare wheels, the spare tires, excuse me, the spare tires, which are quite interesting, which are well thought because they are not the same design as the one used on the buggy. So when this means when you're gonna replace a wheel, you can really see the difference, and it really gives all this world racers theme a kind of a dirt race feeling that it's not like the proper race. It's the wheel has been, the tire has been replaced at last time and stuff like that to continue the race. So I really like this idea to give you different design, tire design to really see the fact that it has been replaced. I really find this quite interesting in terms of playability for kids and stuff like that. So yes, finally for this part, we can notice the little control panel right there, and also there's two black parts with some studs on the side, which will be useful to link the rear wall, if I can call this like that. That said, let's move on to the second floor. So first, I'm going to link some parts right there on this green part. I'm maybe going to add some book, excuse me. Like that. So I'm going to add well, the kind of a rocket launcher element, so made on a part which can be turned, like you can see. And for the rest, well, it's quite simple. Two technique bricks to hold the cannon itself. This means now it can be turned up or down, so it's quite nice. Then a little seat. So this is a real seat which could have been used inside the truck, like I said, and well, some lever, and that's quite odd. So like I said, you can move it up or down, and of course it can be fired quite easily. And of course it will be linked right there. And I think that's all for this part. So now let's move back to this element. So this part on the side with the flexible technique part, well, it's going to be really useful later on to hold the walls, but for now I'm not going to talk about it. First, I'm going to talk about this part because of course it's not complete. I've cut off some parts, and this part, here they are. So of course here you have the rest of the wall. You can also notice this part with the stop stickers right there, which are quite well, we're gonna see how it works later on, but it's quite useful. And then you got a second turntable part, so this means it can be turned, but this time it's all not a rocket launcher but the crane, as you can see, so with 3 points of rotation, a little chain on the air with of course the usual hook. So the chain is quite useful to hold the engine up there, of course, to replace it, to replace the engine from the other one on the buggy. And for the rest, it's quite simple and nicely detailed. You got, of course, as you can see, a little seat, well designed, with some curved bricks, really interesting in terms of design. And well, I think it's quite also well designed, pretty well detailed, and that's also now I'm just going to link this part right there. And now we are done with the second floor, if I can say so, of the trailer. And that said, no, there is just 3 elements to link, and that's the walls. So first, the rear one. So like I said, linked on these 2 black parts. So it's made with this part, as you can see. So nothing really to talk about, some curved part, studless brick, all tons of little parts here to make the lights. And of course it will be linked like that. And here we go. And now the real walls. So all they are made, well, it's quite simply. You got 6 big Technic panels linked with big Technic parts. That's all. Nothing really, nothing less, nothing more. Of course, here you got this L-shaped part, which will be useful to link the rest of the vehicle. Excuse me. Yes, you got this part which will be useful to be because they will be linked to the rest of the vehicle. And also you can notice these ball joints, which are quite useful because this means it's not the wall itself which will touch the ground, but the ball joints. And this means, of course, the walls are kind of protected from the ground. So it's quite it's well thought. Just let me check one thing on the instruction manual. Like that. Excuse me. So yeah, and of course you have to notice the 2 axles here and there, which I didn't mention earlier, but of course will be useful to link the wall. So here's the first one, and now the second one. So of course, as you can see, this part right there are not really flat because as you can see, there is some well, the design of the part itself is quite strange, but here this part is flat and it's going to be quite useful because of course it's here that the buggy or the car will roll over. So of course it will not fall on this holes. You see what I mean? Because I'm not really clear. But well, still I'm going to link it here. And that's all. So how it works, it's really simple. Just notice this little studless plate right here, it's the dark gray plate, and well, and that's all. It's quite incredible because, as you can see, thanks to this part and the soft plastic part right here, of course, when I can put it like that and it will fall down, but I just have to press it like that, and then as you can see, all the wall is just held by this little part, and it works. As you can see, I can try to push it and it will not fall off. So it's really incredible because, of course, it is also held thanks to the part here and there, but still, just of this little part, it holds all the wall, and this means you can't really put it down even if you try to force. So really a nice technique to hold the walls together. And of course, like I said, you can put this like that. And that's all, guys, for the trailer. So I'm going to do the turnaround, and I'm just going to recap once again all the gimmicks of the trailer and the little parts which can be useful for playability features, and then that will be all. So yes, the gimmicks. So first, of course, like I said, you got the rocket launcher, which can be turned on both on sides and up or down, and also can be fired like you have just seen, like that. So can be move up or down and can be launched. Well, then the same can be said. Well, not maybe first. I'm going maybe first to open the wall, like I said. So can be open or closed very easily, and it works just great. Then you also got 1 point of rotation right there to show the pilot to stop, of course, thanks to the little stop stickers right there. Then you got, of course, the crown, which can be turned on the sides, and got 3 points of rotations right there, plus the little claws and chain. Then, if you want to talk about the inside of the trailer, well, you have this gas container, which is quite interesting in terms of design and playability. You got the second engine, all the tools, fire extinguisher, and the wheel plus the spare tires. So overall, it's in terms of playability, I think it's pretty great. So that said, I'm going to well, maybe first show you how the trailer plus the trucks look like, excuse me, together. So like I said, you just have to put this part in the pinhole, excuse me, and here we go. So of course it's going to be quite hard to show you everything, but still. And I think that's all. So, well, yes, that's all, guys. That's all. So I'm going now to just put all the elements of the set together, and I'm going to do a little sum up, of course. So I'm going just to put it down for the little playability features. Add the guys on both the crane and the rocket launcher. Excuse me. And finally, just add the two left elements, so the backyard blasters vehicles, which will be. Excuse me. It's quite hard to show you everything in the same shot, as you can imagine, because there is many things in this set. Yeah, no, I'm just going to let it like that. So, and well, here we go, guys. So if you want to do stuff about this set, well, maybe first, I'm going to do a little sub about the truck itself. So yeah, the truck. Well, in terms of minifigs, of course, they all got the same claws. And well, you can complain about the double-sided face of this guy, which can be of course seen because it just wears a hat. It just wears a hat, excuse me. But apart from that, there really once again great minifigs in terms of design and details on their clothes. So once again, a real great job on this little guys. Then you got the truck. So like I said, my complaint about the truck itself is that it lacks of playability features. Really, it could have been nice if we have doors that can be that could be open. If we have some roof of this part which could be open. The same can be said for the front of the truck. Imagine you could open this part and reveal a motor engine. So it could have been really nice, but in fact, it's just all about design, I have to admit, because well, there is nothing more. And well, even in terms of design, it's quite like in the inside of the cockpit, like I said, could have been add more things like a rear seat, like some gearbox, stuff like that. So gearbox lever, excuse me. So of course it's well, I think it could have been really improved on some little points, but they decided not to. So really a shame. And well, one other complaint is that when you try to put this off, often all the parts comes with it. So it, and I do not really even try to force or anything like that. It just comes with it. So it's a little problem. But apart from what can be seen, tons of problems. Well, no, it's really great in terms of design, in terms of color. It's quite original because well, it used some lime green, white, and green color. So not really the color you're often used to see. And well, the front itself is really great with this part, the grids, part on the sides. So really a great truck, but really could have been better in the playability of features, in my opinion. But still, it's quite nice to change this part the way you want. But well, could have been better. And then you got the trailer. So this time I think it's the other way around. I mean, in terms of playability, it's quite perfect because you got like tons of playability features. You can really change the motors or the engine or the wheels of the car. It's quite great. You can play with the missile launcher, open or close the walls. So it's really great in terms of playability. But then in terms of design, well, it's really big and blocky. This means, well, you got the ground, you got your elements, and that's quite all. There is no little details, in my opinion, or maybe not much of them. Well, all the design elements, if I can say so, are also used in terms of playability function. So it's quite it's quite hard to tell it's design or not. But to take an example, for the walls are really, well, they are made out of Technic parts. So that can be a little problem for some people when they buy a Lego system set, they want Lego system elements, they want bricks, stuff like that, plates. And here Lego deserves well, many not really deserves, but they really give you tons of Technic elements. So that might be a problem for some people. not necessarily for me, because at least it works. But yes, I mean, it could have been improved a little in terms of design. But overall, it's great in terms of gimmicks. The open and close world, like you have seen, works just fine. Just great, I have to admit. Not just fine, just great. So, yes. Overall, the trailer is really good in terms of playability, but lacks some design element, in my opinion. And it's the other way around for the truck, which is really great in terms of design, at least for me, but do not have enough playability function or little details that really could have been improved. And now, if you want a little setup about all the set, well, it's quite simple. In terms of minifigs, it's really excellent. The minifigs are well detailed, really impressive in terms of design. Got both the heads and body print both on the torso and on the back, so it's really great. Well, of course, on the heads it's printed on the foot and on the back of the head. I think you understand that. And then the set itself already got tons of nice elements, because you got still 3 vehicles on wheels, but each of those vehicles are really different. You got a pickup, which is really bulkier. Then you got a buggy, which is more like thin and stuff like that. And then you got the truck itself with the big trailer. So, well, I have to admit that it's really a complete set, because it's really got many different vehicles to play with, and really got some nice playability functions. So I have to admit that at first I was not really all that happy about this set when I finished build it, but with the time I think I get used to it. And for little kids, well, not really for little kids, but for kids who plays with their Lego set, I think that might be a great set, because, well, it's full of playability. You can only play with it and stuff like that. So if you're into waste steam and stuff like and this type of things, well, you will be really pleased with this set if you found it at a decent price, I think. So that said, a great set, of course, not perfect. Still some elements that could have been improved quite easily by Lego, but they did not choose to. And, well, apart from that, great set. So hope you enjoy this review, guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them, of course. And, well, that will be all for this review on the Desert of Destruction set from the World Resource Team released in 2010. Hope you enjoy, and see you later for another video review. That said, bye bye.